Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be answering questions that you asked me in my April 2018 Tarantula collection, which was my previous video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it below, so definitely make sure to check it out. And I'm just going to dive right into this because we have a lot of questions to answer. Tarantula Chani asks, is tarantulas just our hobby or is your husband also into them? I wouldn't say he's into them. I think that he likes them, but like he doesn't care for them. As in, I do everything. He's more into snakes, so that's what he does. But he helps me out with my tarantulas whenever I need anything, so he does help. Gavin Pearson, how old is your Brazilian giant white knees? The little one that I have is, I mean, I couldn't tell you age-wise. It's still a baby. I would guess less than a year old, but it's really hard to say. Paulo Raphael, can you do the video about your feeders? Yes, I can do an entire video on my feeders. I do want to wait a little bit though for my dubia roach colony to grow a little bit more. Hannah Jarvis asks, do you prefer arboreal or terrestrial species? I prefer terrestrial. They're just more interesting to me because I like how they dig, and I really like how they get bulky. Like they tend to be more bulky and heavy than arboreals. Arboreals are more thin and jumpy, and I like how arboreals web a lot. Like that's really cool. But yeah, I just prefer terrestrial. Motor City Madman 13 asks, did you freak out or scare any of your friends or family when you started sharing your collection of tarantulas on social media? I'm sure I have. Like, I've had people tell me they've unfollowed my posts on Facebook and whatever because it scares them. And like that, I can respect that, but at the same time, like, they need to understand that I'm not going to not post, photographs of my tarantulas because they are a big part of my life now. Like, they've kind of become even more than a hobby because I'm like making videos and stuff, and a lot of my friends are into them. I'm sure I still freak people out, but I think a majority of people who don't want it on their newsfeed have unfollowed me, and that's just fine. House of Invertebrates Studios asks, what is it about tarantulas you love the most? I think what I love the most, it's kind of a tie. The first is I just really like how many species there are and the different temperaments and variations between all species. Like, I just really enjoy that entire aspect. But the other thing is their ease of care. They are so easy to care for. Where do you get those containers with the baby blue lids, and were they a good price? That's from When I'm Bored. I got them from Target, and it was the only ones they had. I think they were $4 each, and I have not seen them since. Like, I bought all the ones they had left, and I haven't seen them since. So I don't know if they still make them. So Northeast Spiders asks, is there any other class or order of arthropod you are interested in keeping in the future? So I had to look that word up just to make sure it included this, but crustaceans, I would love to keep a Halloween moon crab. They're so cool, so that would definitely be one I am interested in keeping. Debbie McClure asks, how many teas do you see yourself having before you say this is enough? I don't need any more. I don't know if there's an exact number, I would say, but if it starts getting to where I am not able to provide the best care to every single one of my tarantulas, then I would say that my collection's getting too big and I would have to kind of pull the reins back a little bit. Alfie also asks, how many tarantulas do you think is too many? Will your collection ever stop growing? So it's kind of like the same answer. I wouldn't say an exact number would be where I would stop collecting. It would just be for like once I get to the point where I can't give every single tarantula 100% is when I would say my collection is too big. And I think that that varies between person to person. So, what may be enough for me is, only half of what somebody else could deal with. And will my collection ever stop growing? Nah, probably not. Daniela asks, what is the most difficult species to care for? Caribbean versicolors, avicularas, when they're slings, especially just because You don't want to overwater them. They need cross ventilation. They're just a little bit more fragile. So I would probably guess that. Nathan Troutman asks, how do you feel about the community and the hobby? I love it. Like, most of my best friends are in the community. My close friends that I talk to every day. I mean, even though most of them I haven't met in person, I just talk to them every day. And, you know, a lot of us make YouTube videos. Some of my friends don't. I mean, but yes, like, it is a great community. I've made some of the best friends already. The Sweet Escape asks, are you still a bit afraid of your teas? Yeah, a couple of them for sure. And I don't really like to hold my tarantulas. Like, it doesn't make me feel comfortable. I think I feel uncomfortable and they usually feel uncomfortable. So it's like, I don't really do that. Not to say that you shouldn't. I mean, I don't care what somebody does with their tarantulas as long as they're not like intentionally hurting them or being ridiculous. Me, my kids, and nature asks, so how many tarantulas do you have? And when did you get your first? Is that all you have is tarantulas? Right now, I have 24 tarantulas. I got my first last summer, and I have more than just tarantulas. I have a scorpion, I have a bearded dragon, a crested gecko, and my husband has 2 baby corn snakes. Maris K asks, what is your dream species to own? I don't know. In my tarantula tag video, I said T. psychedelicus, which just recently went through a name change. So I guess I'd still say that. Man from Mars, what would you do if you were a spider for a day? Spider for a day. I would probably find a nice place to hide from humans. JR Tarantula asks, any plans for another old world and what would it be? I don't have any plans set in stone, but I am actively looking for a sea marshalli because I just love the horned baboons. LucysLittleCritters asks, is there any other invertebrates that you would like to keep other than tarantulas? So I do have an Asian forest scorpion, and I would like a desert hairy scorpion, so probably more scorpions would be the answer to that. So if you haven't checked out Lucy's Little Critters, you need to. I will link her channel below. And Lucy, I am picking you to win my pin this time. So congratulations. Yes. And if you didn't win, I'm going to do it again soon. Christy Hurt asks, I would like to know, what are your thoughts on trapdoor spiders? I am not a tea keeper, just fascinated by them, and the trapdoor spider doesn't seem to be in very many collections at all. I think they're really cool, and I would keep one, but I think they're not in a lot of collections just because they're not as readily available as certain species. I haven't seen any for sale at any expos, so I think that's why. But yeah, I would totally get one if I saw one available. I haven't. So, but they are really cool. Like, I think they're pretty brutal when something walks by their trapdoor. The Black Widow asks, my question is, what tarantula is at the top of your wish list right now? Probably C. marshalli. Swifty McSwifts asks if I would name one of my tarantulas after him. So, sure, but they all have names right now, so it'll have to be one in the future. So you need to tell me what kind you would like me to name after you.
David asks, where do you get the blue top boxes? Target? Yes. What kind of hair is that? Hair? How come you didn't ask a question on my Q&A request? Because I've surpassed my question limit of the day when you did it. How many dislikes will this video get? I think it has 3. I heard that Eerie Arachnids is totally awesome. How true is that? It depends on the day.
Boxing Boa asks, my question is, what's your favorite enclosure for tarantulas? My favorite enclosure for them is the Hobby Lobby display boxes. I think they're really good. All right, so I think that is all of the questions. So she just woke up from a nap, and I think we're going to end it here. I think I answered everyone's questions. Yes, baby? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. That's a pen for Lucy. Stay tuned for more content. We've got some expos coming up, some other really cool things in the works. Like this video if you enjoyed, dislike it if you didn't, and I think that's it. So yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye! Can you say bye? Say bye!